afternoon, gentlemen. We're back, and my goal for today is to do a little bit of a recap and look at all the items we collected on our multiple journeys down to Pennsburg, Pennsylvania. All in all, I think we did terrific. I'm excited to put this stuff in the car. Before we do that, there's going to be a lot of cleanup. We'll probably touch that in the next video. We'll do probably one video dedicated to putting all of this stuff on the vehicle. But all right, we're going to start with the first run, and arguably the thing that I'm most excited about, which was these, the vent trims. So we got both of these. These are different than the ones that I have in my car. These came off a 2008. I've got a 2006, and I'm so excited about this cup holder. It's not even like drivers. So, but hopefully Cousin Ken comes back and enjoys a nice hot cup of coffee. Oh my God, I just noticed it looks broke. Look, this is supposed to have some sort of bottom on it. Unbelievable. I'm so disappointed, but that's okay. You know why? Because, wow, it's so flimsy. I can understand why it broke. Well, it'll make a good cigar holder, Cousin Ken, but we might actually be able to fix this. I've MacGyvered worse. So anyway, well, that's kind of sad. We also grabbed the center trim that matches, and this thing is also in pretty terrible shape. It has a lot of glass all over it, and it's got some icky stuff that is debatable whether or not it'll come off, but we'll see what we can do here and clean this up. We also grabbed a couple of relays. These are just sort of good to have in your oh shit bag, which every Land Rover owner should have, and we're going to do a whole video on what's in mine, which might be a good time to say, if you have a chance to like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. We also grabbed the engine cover mount. We actually grabbed both of these. This is the first one I grabbed. I think when I was doing valve cover gaskets, there is a video on that, which I'll link up in the corner. I think I took it off and it went missing somehow. I don't know where it is. It'll show up one of these days, I'm sure. So we grabbed that, and then we grabbed a brake light switch. This is another great item to have in your emergency bag. That was pretty much all we grabbed on run one. All right, so we're gonna go to visit two, and visit two was, of the three, was the largest haul of all of them. And first thing we have here is driver side speaker. This is the larger one, the one that is not in the door. So we grabbed the speaker. This thing was a whopping $8. So I'm gonna put this back here. And then we also grabbed this guy, HVAC control unit. I've got some sticky buttons. Now, the one thing to know on these is, if you're on the market for them, is they're not universal. This button does not appear on every single one of these, but this is compatible with my car because I have an HSC. I'm not a poor person that's driving one of those SE models out there. Oh God, nothing gives me more pleasure than making fun of people that drive SEs. By the way, I'm just kidding. They're great cars, you know, for poor people. All right, what else did we get here on run two? We got a pillar interior trim. Just gonna wait for that motorcycle to pass. Well, that is obnoxious. Yeah, so when I was in the yard, these things looked much better than they look right now. Maybe because I was rushing. They are really in terrible shape. But I think I may take the fabric off and see if I can clean it up a little bit and maybe reupholster it. That's probably my best goal versus trying to clean it up on here. And the reason for that is that the fabric is already coming off in certain spaces here, so it needs to be reupholstered anyway. So we may as well try to take it off, clean it up. If that doesn't work, then I may take it to a reupholsterer and see if they could put something a little bit more permanent and nice looking on here. Okay, so we also got, with that run, I'm gonna put these back here. We also landed one of the exterior A-trim molding. This was sort of interesting to me because these A-pillars do not stay on the vehicles. This clip here, this is new to me. I have never seen this clip before. I'm gonna basically see if I can find some replacements. The clips that I use are, I'll show you here because every Land Rover owner probably, these are the clips that I keep on hand for them, and they're terrible. They're awful. But maybe at some point they realized that and they upgraded. Is that true? Anybody with a 2008 or 9, can you confirm? And then the other thing we got is rear floor mats. $9 for the rear floor mat. It's in pretty good shape, so we needed that. Mine ripped, so put this over here. And then we also grabbed on that second run the engine cover. My engine cover, the front of it looks fine, but the back of mine is pretty much destroyed. This was $16.90. The captive screws are still in there with the exception of one, so I think this will clean up kind of nice. And finally, we also grabbed the plastic trim covers. We also grabbed the radio, and the radio came to, let's take it out here. The radio may have been the most expensive thing that I got. It was $33.80, and I'm gonna hope it works. It does have, I don't know if you can see, it does have a little bit of a black thing here. Yeah, and so that's not very good. We'll have to get this cleaned up. Let me just make a recommendation here. When you're cleaning your radio, these things are hypersensitive. If it gets water anywhere in the front facade, it just goes nuts. So I would recommend that you actually clean it with electronic cleaner, which is not like a big recommendation here, but most people, you know, think they can use like regular Armor All on it, just like you would if you're cleaning your radio. And it's proven, in my opinion, to be a bad idea. So use actually proper electronic cleaner and it'll save you about 200 bucks. So we're several $100s on eBay right now just because of that one quick spray. Looking forward to getting this one in the car because my buttons are sticky. I don't like sticky buttons. Oh, we forgot the big one. We forgot something big here. So interestingly enough, the terrain response module that we grabbed, I would have guessed that this would have been the most expensive piece, but it wasn't. It came out to $20.80, and it really is more than one piece. It's really the trim piece, and then there's glass in it, so I'm not gonna be careful here. But on the back side, this can be purchased separately, and then this centerpiece, you could actually take that out. But the whole reason I purchased this is the shifter trim piece right over here. Mine is cracked. Oh, cup holder gone. I don't have these cup holder like inserts on mine either. I don't think I ever did. Anyway, this thing was $20.80, so should clean up nicely. For our summary for visit 2, we had the speaker for $8. We had the HVAC unit for $20.80. We had the floor mat for $9. We had the A-pillar trims that came to $13. We had the terrain response module for $20.80. Engine cover over there, you can't see it, $16.90. Seat plastic trims, I don't even think they charged them. Radio was $33.80, plus the engine bracket. With taxes and environmental fees, that trip came to $124.38, assuming that radio works. We might actually stitch that into the video. I want to go to the third visit right now while we're at it, but maybe I'll test that radio just to make sure it works. So, all right, let's move to the last run, run 3. This is probably the one I'm most excited about, which is the cubby lid. I cleaned this one up, so it looks like it's in better shape on camera, but you can see it's scuffed up a good bit, but it's not ripped. And they make this coloring balm for leather, so it's possible that I could bring this back a little. We'll see. So this was cubby lid. Oh, this was interesting. There was only one item, some nondescript explanation on the receipt, and it was $3. Killer deal on that. And then we gotta grab the rear passenger side speaker. We don't need the actual trim piece, but it's all attached. We'll have to figure out how to take that speaker out, but we need the speaker. So I'll put this over here. We will probably do a separate video on this guy, but this was the last thing I grabbed, and this is the wiper motor. I'm gonna look at my notes here because it was ridiculous. Wiper motor. You ready for this? Wiper and motor and linkage, $9.10. What a deal! I actually don't know how much these go for online, but I assure you it's more than $9. So that was killer. Super happy with that. And we'll probably do a separate video on installing that. I'll put you over here. I'm gonna go over here. Second run. We also grabbed the second engine mount, which is the one we actually need. And they're charging these, like, it's so inconsistent, so you have to just, like, when you get a good deal, you probably just need to be like, temper your excitement, because then they overcharge on other things. So they charge this as an engine mount for $14. Okay, you know, that's kind of a lot of money, but whatever, you know, great deals on some of the other stuff. So put that over there. The largest item we grabbed was this guy, the door card. The driver's door cards obviously take the biggest beating, but I think all of this stuff right here is going to clean up pretty nicely. I'll use my trim cover to replace this. And it also has on it the interior speaker. And I grabbed this other speaker because my door speakers are pretty much toast. And just for science, because I am curious how well this thing is going to clean up. Guys, no affiliation. If you've never used Super Clean, I think Walmart carries it. It's awesome. Like, I used this to clean my headliner a year or two ago, and I was dumbfounded because it literally like melted the stuff right off the headliner. And you would think that I have some affiliation with them the way I'm sounding right now, but nope. I find that it's better to let this sit for a minute or two. I should have done that right in half type thing. There's obviously no cuts here, so we're doing this live. Yeah, it's got a pretty big dent in it right over here. Do you see this? You know, it literally like melts the dirt right off of it. It's so good, guys. Like, this channel will never be big enough that I'll get a sponsor. But if I wanted a sponsor, I'd want these guys, because like, it's a legit good product. You should feel good about purchasing it. Yeah, so this cleaned up awesome. Aside from this little dent right here, but mine is in like horrible shape, so I think we're good. This may be the biggest surprise as far as cost. This was $14.30. Good buy here. Put this back here. So this is the total haul, guys. 3 runs, Harry's U-Pull, great place. And the summary here goes as visit 1. Total amount came to $42.26. Visit 2, which was again the largest haul, that came to $124.38. And then visit number 3, the last, for now at least. There are 1 or 2 things that I would like to go back and grab. That run came to $64.11. And the total for this adventure was $230.75 on the nose. So I think we did really well, and I appreciate you coming along for the ride. The next part will be focused on cleaning up all of this stuff and installing things on the Rover. But before we do that, we're gonna do some bonus footage and we're gonna see if that radio works. Forgot one thing. It was out on the lawn. This is the wheel liner for the passenger side. This was the hardest thing to take out of everything that we took, and it was $10.30. Okay, let's see if this radio works. It is boiling hot, so I'm actually gonna put the car on, get some air conditioning. So you can see my center trim is cracked from the 37 radios I've put in this thing over the years. This normally has screws on it, but of course I didn't do that. I'm gonna shut it down for just 1 sec. This has 4 harnesses on it, including the fiber optic. So she's out already. That took literally 3 seconds. But just so you can see, 1 wire fiber, and then these 3 you can't mess up. Already started up. She's doing her thing. Let's see if we got radio. Doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good. I think we got a bad radio, guys. It's so funny. It's not funny, but it's funny to me because these radios are so consistently bad. It's crazy. You know what? I just want to make sure that I haven't done anything silly. How do we get the CD out? Oh, we got a CD. What are we gonna get? Woo-hoo-hoo! What is this? It looks like it's a, is there another one? I want to see how many CDs are in here. CD number 2, Alanis Morissette. Okay, this is making up for the fact that we're $40 down. Are you out there? Is this your CD player? Okay, let's see what else we got here. Arturo Sandoval, trumpet. A little classical. Oh, you know, that's just because Land Rover drivers are sophisticated. I'm totally into that. Ejecting. CD number 4. Oh, Christmas music, Winter Wonderland. They had kids. That's awesome. Okay, CD number 5. Eject. More Christmas. I like these people. Oh, wow. Elton John, Step Into Christmas. Sticks, All I Want. This is a banger right here. Okay, number 6. Oh, Slumdog Millionaire. Okay. So we got 6 CDs for $39 and a broken radio. That is the chance you take with a Junkyard radio. Nothing. Nothing. She's dead. Okay, well, we'll add this to the collection of radios that are broken. All right, guys, that's it for now. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. A little more bonus footage. I have, thought I was joking. I have literally radios everywhere. So this one was in the back seat. So I'm not sure if this one is toast or not. I forget. Can't even keep track anymore. This may have been my original. Dead. Dead as dead. Dead. Nothing. Okay, so this is going in the trash. Let's go get another one. I got more. Thought I was joking, didn't you? This one I took directly from the parts department in my garage. Don't ask me why I have this, because I don't even remember why. This is what happens when you have a Land Rover for this long. You buy parts anticipating that you'll need them. Looks good. Doesn't mean anything. This thing's got, I don't know, all kinds of markings on it, which makes me think that maybe someone tested it. Probably not. But we'll see. I don't hear anything. Come on, are you kidding me? Is this a joke? This couldn't be. Couldn't be. Couldn't be. They couldn't all be bad. Has my car gotten upset with me for undoing the radios? I crashed the CAN bus. Craziness. Okay. Well, I know that we'll find out because my radio worked. Just had a sticky button. That's the only reason I got the new one. And I know it was this one. This is the one that should power it up. And it's powered up. So we have, do you see this? This is crazy. 3 bad radios. 3 bad radios, Land Rover. You should be ashamed of yourself. Where's this stuff made? North Korea? All right, that's the end of the bonus footage. We got a radio that works. And interestingly enough, it was the one that was in there in the first place. Talk to you soon. Bye.